as we kind of kick this forward a little bit, your Chi-Town upbringing, how do you think that that's affecting you now, whether positively or negatively or both?
Actually, man, you know what? I was so in love with the city. I was in love with the city. I moved around a lot just on my own accord because I was able to, because I was grown, what I thought. But wherever I was at, I always said I could be in Arizona for 2 years. I'd be like, man, I gotta leave, bro. I gotta go back home. I used to be in love with Chicago like it was a woman, physically, like it was a woman. Like I'm
Mhm.
missing home. I had to leave wherever I was at. I don't care if I had an apartment, a job, all that. I'm like, I gotta go back home, and I would go back home and
Man,
stay for however long I wanted, and then I'd be like, all right, I had enough, and I'll leave and go somewhere anywhere. But I had it. I don't get that feeling now. I don't know why. You know what I mean? I probably because I'm just grown now, and I'm just like, no matter where I'm at, I got to work and have my foundation stable. I was unstable back then because I was a little young man running around crazy, but I used to love the city, bro. I used to like it was a girl. I used to say when I pass away, just cremate my ashes and just let them blow down Halsted.
nice.
I don't know if I still think like that, but I used to say it all the time,
Man, I
because
don't
I
know
used
how
to
many.
just ride Halsted
Man, I don't know
like
how many
crazy.
times I rode horse. And I told you, bro. Man, I told you, man, yeah, you can ride horse all the way through from the 200s to
Yeah, yeah.
yes,
And
yes,
then I get off on Lakeshore Drive, drive around there, get off, drive
yeah,
back. You know,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's impacted. You know what though? I'm gonna tell you something, real talk, and it's not too non-horn. Everywhere I went, it was something about our bravado that kind of threw people off. Because when I used to be in Phoenix, people like, y'all Chicago niggas think y'all the shit, and these would be people I hung with every day. But
Mm-hmm.
if you get into a slight tiff with them, they
Mm-hmm.
they they would say things like that. And I used to look like, no, we don't, bro. We just doing us. This how we move. I ain't trying to be the shit on you. You my mans. You know what I'm saying? It's
Man.
how they look. They would say that. Y'all Chicago niggas think y'all the shit. And this was in the
Yeah.
early 2000s before the
Yeah.
drill was popping off.
Yeah. I
Before
be hearing.
Chicago even really blew and got on the map. This is
Yeah.
what they would say. It was just our energy. It was something about us. The females like, the dudes probably liked it too, because they start taking on the way we talk. Hey famo, hey Joe, come here, shit. What the fuck you talking about? You know, they
Right.
start taking on all that. And that's
Right.
how it started moving around. Yeah.
Yeah, we go getters, man. And
Yeah.
yeah, and one thing I can say about Shy is there's a lot of respect there. I mean, lately it's been more disrespect, but I tell
Mhm.
people, yeah, Chicago's a funny city where, a lot of wild stuff happens, but people respect one another. Well, it's
Mhm.
changing, but people, if you step
It's
on somebody's foot, it's like,
it's
oh,
it's
excuse me, brother. Maybe because,
Right.
he'll pull out a blick and smack you with it, but it's
Right.
different in other parts. Like, we don't be all
it's
up
a
on each
huge
other.
it's a
If you
huge
hold on, self,
dichotomy.
hold on. If you up in a line and I don't be all up behind this man,
Mm-mm.
we give each other our space.
Space. You're supposed to
Yeah,
do that anyway
and we
as a
say
man
thank you and yes and please.
all
But
the
go ahead,
time.
go ahead,
Uh,
Tori.
It's a huge dichotomy. Like some very bad things happen here, but there are some very righteous people that live here as well, and
Mm-hmm.
that's just part of
Mm-hmm.
the dynamic. And people don't understand our energy
Mm-hmm.
because we walk in this and we live in it. So
Mm-hmm.
any person you meet could be that bad
Mm-hmm.
or that good. You know what
right.
I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
when you get the good, all that, when you move around,
Okay,
people don't
hold on, son.
understand that.
That's a good point, man. That
Right.
People do
is a
not
good
understand that. They don't understand how we move and how we feel about things.
Right.
man, man.
And
And a
see,
little go
people
ahead,
would
bro.
say, "Oh, I'm scared of Chicago, like out here." I'm like, "Don't be," because where everything is concentrated at, you ain't supposed to be over there anyway.
Man,
So you
man,
supposed to be on Magnificent Mile. You supposed to
man.
be up north by Wrigleyville and all of that. You know what I mean?
Or Hyde Park. You could be in
Yeah, go
Beverly.
enjoy that, and you good.
Right.
You ain't supposed to be
Right.
deep out here anyway. Which
Right.
they gonna look at you crazy anyway. You lost. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I do be trying to tell people too, and they say, "Shy, wow, you're right. We got more pockets, and they're bigger than the typical city.
Right.
However, yeah, and I tell people in LA, it's like, man, me running through, Nickerson Gardens or the Jordan Down projects,
Right.
like, man, they wild over here. It's like,
Right.
well, you over here, right,
Right.
Hmm.
Right.
Right. I got what you're saying, but that all needs to be fixed. We got Judge Mills, great name.
That's
Judge. Who was
that's
that?
my man's from the Bronx. That's the one that I told you I hang with. My guy, the one from Brooklyn.
Hey, we could be
Omar Walker,
related,
he the
man.
one from Brooklyn. My guy Judge, he the one from the Bronx.
Hey, we could be related unless he's just saying like Judge Mills Lane, but that's a code name, Mills, bro. Right? I'm 9 Mills, but he say
Right.
Mills in here. SO to Trife Mack. S/O. What's that? Shout out.
Shout
Right?
out. Shout out.
Yeah, big ups.
Look at
Big
you.
ups.
You acting old, man. You got to get with the lingo.
Well, it's the little acronyms, bro. I know shout out. That's from us. You know, that's old in itself.
Hey, let me ask you something. You remember what LOL meant? Lots of love. You remember that? This was computer talk. It was called LOL. It meant lots of love.
Yeah, it was. You could use either way. Yeah, yeah.
But then when phones came and people started texting, they said LOL, laughing out loud.
Yeah, I do kind of remember that, bro. Yeah.
I'm showing my age right now, but
I do remember that, bro. Let's see. Yeah, so that's what we had in that laugh out loud, how they felt about my niggas in other states. Ethan, the truth. I want my ashes in Lake Michigan, right off 35th Street on the low end, huh?
That's where he from.
Hey man, it was good times at the beach. Remember going to 35th Street Beach, boy? It was touch and go too. Boy.
I remember one time we went there. There was a lot of dead fish on the. I was like, what the hell?
Dead fish?
Mm-hmm. When I was young, my auntie would always take us there. And then one time we went, it was a lot of dead fish on the sand. We like,
oh yeah, they wash up every now and then. The city wasn't coming by and picking them up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all.
That was crazy.
And all that pollution they were putting in the water too. So
killing the fish.
This was early. This was early '80s. We was little bitty cats.
You're right, Joe.
Nobody was talking about the pollution that they were dumping. Everybody was dumping it right in the lake. Like, yeah, it's all good. Nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, because I used to live on 74th, right on South Shore Drive. And I remember those fish used to wash up dead.
Yeah.
Nobody ever talked about it. It was like normal. And I was a kid, like all these dead fish. This can't be normal. Yeah. It was a pollution, Tori. Nobody ever told me that until now. All right, let's see here. That's how they felt in other states. Judge Mills says that's how they felt about New York niggas in other states. Yeah, New York cats get that same type of and then they prejudge you, bro, and and they want to challenge you, and it's like, no, I'm not here for all that.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you want to challenge Chicago guy, go to Chicago and challenge him. But go ahead, bro.
I'm out here just being me. I just feel that energy.
Right.
But New York and Chicago dudes always was like one and the same for some reason. They was the New York City and Chicago dudes. They give it up the same way. They give it up the same way. Other spots you go to, they be a little bit slow. You know what I mean? But we was fast. We moved fast from the beginning. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They was the city that never sleeps, and we was too. So we kind of jam. When you meet one of them, our energy be on the same frequency.
Hey, man, facts. So I want to ask you another question that we ask pretty well. We should be asking everyone because it's one of our foundation questions. Reparations. What's your take on reparations, bro?
We deserve it, and they need to just go ahead on and give it up. Let us do what we do. Let us get a little foothold on our communities. That way they don't have to keep yelling black on black crime, which is a myth, because you commit crimes where you live. If you let us live around you, we'll commit crimes around there too, if that's the case, because everybody commit crimes. So that's a myth, but you got to rectify the wrongs. And the debt has to be paid. What I said earlier, the debt has to be paid. Everybody else got it. And not just saying, well, you gave it to such and such. No, we deserve it. And you know that you owe it, but you don't want us to get a foothold on nothing, because then you feel it's white fright then, because if we get up, they think we're going to do them exactly how they did us. But that's not the case with us. We just want to live comfortable. Like we trying to find a comfortable space to live in this system we in right now.
Man.
But you gave it to the natives, which is, you gave them reservations and casinos, but if you put a P on reservation, that's preservation, because they know they almost knocked them off the earth.
Man.
So you gave it to the Jew.
They gave the slave owners reparations in multiple. They did.
They did. The owners. They gave it to the Jews up from over in Germany. Obama just gave it to them. So within the last 12, 13, 14 years, Obama gave them reparations.
They've been getting it for a long time.
They gave it, bro. Let me when they talk about the Haitians who stood up and rose up, right?
Right.
They ran the French out. Bro, the French went home, licked their wounds, came back with an armada of ships, and the Haitians had to pay them reparations.
They just got done paying that recently.
Hold on. I want that to sit a little bit.
Yeah, because that's
people came into your house, made you a slave. You fought, and your family fought to get them out. They went and got more guns, surrounded your house that's yours, and made you pay reparations because you wouldn't be their slave anymore, bro.
And they just got done paying that debt.
Yes.
Recently.
Yes. And so did Britain just got finished. Yeah, yes, that's the debt. Yep, that was paid through the Lloyds of London. Yep, just got done paying that. So, all right.